Hey guys, I'm going to do my next video today. I didn't get to record any more over the weekend like I said I was going to try and do, but I was absolutely knackered after playing a couple of games of hockey, so but yeah, so got a bit of free time this evening. Rocking the Newcastle shirt tonight because we've been playing in Europe and we're through to the next round. Yay. Big Shola from the penalty spot. He's crap, but he knows how to take a penalty. So anyway, yeah, I'm just going to talk about a couple of different things today actually. First of all, I think I commented on a few people's videos sort of in the last few weeks. A few people have been doing like Beast Wars figures reviews and stuff like that. I mean, who was there? Nolsey did Transmetal 2 Cheetor and Optimus Primal, and George Accelerated Elegy did what did he do? Sandstorm, I think. Is it Sandstorm? The BotCon Sandstorm, I think it was. And Monkey Zen TV was showing off a load of Beast Wars toys he got. I think that's probably 3 or 4 weeks ago now actually. But yeah, it's kind of made me start thinking about getting into Beast Wars, because I'd never actually seen Beast Wars. I've seen like, well, I say I've never seen it. I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes of it. I do own a Beast Wars toy. I'm gonna find him. I don't know where he is. I don't know if he's in this room or in the loft somewhere. But that's K9, if anyone's wondering. Bought him years and years ago. It was when I was at university, so he's going back. When would that been? For about 13, 14 years ago, something like that. I don't know, off the top of something like that anyway. That's besides the point. So yeah, seeing all these people sort of show off Beast Wars figures and that made me sort of start thinking, well, maybe I should give it a chance, because I kind of dismissed it when it was first around, because I was very much to know that, oh, this isn't G1, this isn't Transformers, not interested. I say I saw 1 episode and it wasn't like the beginning or anything, so I didn't really know what was going on, and I didn't really give it a chance, to be honest. There wasn't really the opportunity to see it very often. I think they only showed it like during the school holidays or something like that. I think when it's just put on, like, didn't they, like a show at about 9:30 in the morning during the school holidays, and that was about the only time they ever showed it, I think. So I never really got exposed to it that much, and so the whole thing kind of passed me by. And then I saw 1 or 2 episodes of Beast Machines when I was at university, and again I hadn't seen it from the start, didn't really know what was going on. Those characters had kind of been well established in Beast Wars predominantly, and having not watched Beast Wars, I therefore felt no real affinity for those characters. So again, it wasn't something I really got into at the time. But yeah, so getting back to sort of present day, and I got some money from work again. We all got given another reward voucher. And with my last one I spent it on this camera, and I also bought my Transformers Vault from WoW HD, because they give you these vouchers and you can spend them on certain online like stores, or you can, whatever. You can't. It's not like you're giving you cash and go spend it anywhere. So anyway, sort of remembering from last time, I thought, well, is there anything more Transformers I can get? And there's no like places that you can spend these vouchers in that can get you figures or anything like that. So but I say I got that book from WoW HD, so I know I could get books, and they do DVDs and games and things like that. So I thought, well, you know what? How much are they selling Beast Wars for? And so I went on there, and so I got to have my 20 quid voucher from work. There happened to be a sale that weekend that I looked on WoW HD, and they were offering, I think it was 15% off everything, and I also had, I think, about £1 left from the last time, my account from the last time I bought from them. So with all that in mind, I got a complete collection of Beast Wars, all 3 series, and that cost me in terms of real money, it cost me, I think, 12 quid or 15 quid of my own actual money, so it's not bad for how many, I don't know how many episodes it is, to be honest. I can't remember. I did look, and I was going to say, and it's gone out of my head, so whatever really. But yeah, so every Beast Wars episode on DVD, 15 quid. It's not bad at all really, is it? I've seen it, and it normally sells for about 35, 40 quid upwards, from what I can see looking around a bit, so that's not a bad deal at all really. So yeah, and so I thought I'd do this video because I've just, when was it, yesterday or the day before I think it was, just finished watching it all. I got that about a week or two ago, and no, probably about a week and a half ago probably. So I've pretty much, you know, sprinted through it all. Took me a little bit to get into season 1. It was a bit slow to get going, I thought. And then they tied things up kind of towards the end. And then season 2 and 3, by that point I was well into it, and so season 2 and 3 I think I did in the space of about 3 days. So that didn't last long. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. Obviously the animation is a little bit dated, given that it's from like 1997 or something like that, so we're talking like 15, 16 years ago. But the story writing is actually really good. And one thing I did like it, compared to the G1 cartoon, G1 was very sort of, most of the episodes were very self-contained, and so, you know, at the end of each episode it was almost like hitting the reset button and everyone was back to the status quo kind of thing. Nothing ever really changed dynamics wise. The only thing that really happened was like occasionally you might see a new character or something as the series went on and what have you. But I like the fact in Beast Wars there was several episodes where you kind of had stuff that was hinted at, like the standing stones was a bit like Stonehenge kind of thing, and that was never really explained in the episode it originally cropped up in, and then it came back later on and obviously had more significance. And I just like the fact that there was things that carried over from one episode to the next, and so there was a progression rather than just being, because G1 you could probably watch, especially series 1 especially, you could probably pretty much watch any episode from that season and you wouldn't have to really watch them in any particular order. You know, you didn't really need to see previous episodes for another one to make sense. But Beast Wars, there was stuff that was hinted at and the kind of story progressed as you went along, so I really like that aspect of it. And I think the fact that I watched it from the start as opposed to just catching a random episode kind of meant that there was, as I watched it, I got more and more drawn into it, and there was sort of more emotional involvement with the characters, and, you know, beginning to like certain characters and hate other, well, not hate, but, you know, love to hate other characters kind of thing. And I think that played a big part of me in actually in me enjoying it this time. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. To show you how much I did enjoy it, I was getting towards the end of season 3. I think I had just the season finale, the 2-part season finale to watch, and I remember thinking, now I really want to put this on and watch it, but at the same time I was thinking, but if I do that and I watch these 2 episodes, then that's it, there's no more, and it's all over. So yeah, it was kind of a bit of a double-edged sword by that point, but you know, I suppose that's a sign of a good series. You don't want it to end, but you need to know what happens, kind of thing. And so yeah, I'm kind of, now that I obviously know bits and pieces what happens in Beast Machines, and as I knew a few little bits about Beast Wars I picked up over the years, like just reading things like TF Wiki and things like that. So yeah, I kind of want to watch Beast Machines now. From what I gather, or what I remember at least, it didn't get a particularly great reception at the time, or maybe that's just my perceived impression of back then. I don't know. But you know, having now sort of, I want to find out what happens to those characters, because obviously it carries on, and the same characters are involved in various different forms and what have you. So yeah, I've not seen Beast Machines. I need to look up see where I can get it from, how much it's going to cost me. But I think it's 2 series, is it? I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, I'm going to look on the internet. I get paid next week, so I'll probably start looking to see if I can find somewhere that will sell me that for a reasonable price. So yeah, that's pretty much it for what my thoughts on Beast Wars. I probably will, now that I've kind of been suckered into it a bit, I've got a much sort of larger appreciation for that particular portion of the continuity. I'll probably be looking for a few of the toys at Auto Assembly, I think, this year, so might have a bit of a Beast theme going on later on in the year. So yeah, speaking of Auto Assembly, that's a nice lead into my next thing I wanted to talk about in a sort of roundabout way. I was on Facebook the other day, that doesn't really narrow it down, does it? I think it was last week. And the Auto Assembly page posted, they post like updates every now and then when there's guests and things being announced, which they've announced quite a few of so far. But they mentioned something about a Bot Shots tournament. Now, I've never really paid much attention to Bot Shots. You know, I was aware of them, and my sort of general impression was that, you know, it was more of a sort of a younger child's thing. But I thought, you know, if they're having a tournament, I'm a sucker for any sort of game you can play that involves customising the pieces you bring to the game, kind of thing. So I played a lot of Games Workshop. I played a lot of customisable card games, mostly Star Wars on that one. I played that at a kind of a competitive level, like travelling around the country when I was in my late teens playing that. And then, I say Games Workshop, I've been playing sort of a few games from Spartan Games lately, if anyone's familiar with those. But yeah, so I like anything that's kind of customisable in terms of game pieces and things like that. So I sort of did a bit of looking into Bot Shots, just because I didn't really know it. I knew it was a game of some sorts, but I didn't really know how it worked. So I thought, well, you know, there's going to be a tournament. And I'm not saying now that I am going to take part in it, but I might do, I might not. I haven't decided yet, but I will probably take what I have bought with me just in case. I went down to Tesco, decided I was going to buy some anyway. I looked at the because there's an online game as well that goes with it, and it's kind of tied into the toys, because you have to get Bot Shot points to unlock certain features, and you earn Energon cubes for playing the online game. But you don't earn them anywhere near fast enough to actually add more Bot Shots to your online collection beyond the one you start with. But you get Bot Shot points in the actual toys, and then you get given a code, and you put that online, and that unlocks more stuff for you. So I thought, well, I tried the online game. It was, you know, what it basically amounts to is kind of a glorified rock paper scissors kind of thing, with a couple of sort of twists on it. So I was quite enjoying that. I was just, you know, sort of tinkering away with it. It's just like a basic Flash game, really. So I thought, yeah, I'll you know, maybe I'll buy a couple of the toys, or have a look at the toys anyway, and see what they're all about. So I went down to Tesco, and they were doing the triple packs. Well, they had some of the single ones, but like the individual ones, which are about £4, I think. But they're doing these triple packs and they had them as they're normally £10, but they were doing 2 for £10. So it'd be rude not to buy 2 then, really, wouldn't it? So I got this pack, which is Nemesis Prime, Megatron, and Superbot Acid Storm. It's not going to show up too well because of the reflection on the cellophane or plastic or whatever you want to call it there. And the second pack I bought was this one. So we've got Brawl, Shockwave, and Superbot Ironhide in there. And so that got me some online points to use as well. So I played around with that a bit online, and I came to the conclusion quite quickly that my 2 favourites, and I've just thrown them on the floor, My two favourites were oh god, they don't want to stay together now. Mirage, who is a sort of blue sports car, and if I pop him open, there we go. I should come in right close on him. There we go. That's Mirage in robot mode. And my other favourite one is, and this guy is one of the more powerful ones in the game itself. This is Sentinel Prime Superbot version. All the Superbots come in this sort of translucent plastic, which is kind of cool. I can't get it. Let's just transform him. There we go. See if we can come in on that. That's going to look like a massive light piping the way that's looking. Aha. There we go. And there is Sentinel Prime in his robot mode. And I say it comes in this translucent plastic, as all the Superbot versions do. And the Superbots are just kind of rarer versions of the regular ones. I think they're like packed one to a case or something like that, and they have better in-game stats, as it were, because you've got the show you again that you've got this panel on the chest here, and you see you've got that actually, because as part of the game you set these round to whichever one you want, and they've all got different numbers on them. And it's basically like a game of rock, paper, scissors, except it's fist, sword, blaster, and then the numbers are just used to, in the event of a tie, it's basically a tiebreaker system. So yeah, you just roll them into each other, those front bumpers hit together and they spring up, transform, and then you compare the symbols. So yeah, they're having a tournament, apparently at Auto Assembly, where you take as many bot shots as you want. You pick 5 for each match. You find another person, and you basically play bot shots with each other until one person's got none left out of their 5 that they started with, and then the person who gets the most points over the weekend is the winner. So fairly simple. Not sure if I'll take part yet. I'll probably take all those with me. So if any of you guys play, I don't know if you do, I don't know if anyone else out there has got any, but if you have and you see me, just come say hi and grab me, and I'll give you a game of bot shots if you really want. I want to get the launchers actually, because it's from I haven't played properly with them yet, but having just sort of rolled them about just sort of to see what it's all like, kind of thing. It's very difficult to sort of roll them with any force into each other with any accuracy at the same time. So you can get little launcher sets that will, it's basically very simple, just a spring and a ramp effectively, just to fire them into each other. So I might pick up 1 or 2 of those. You can get transforming ones. I think the new wave, they're just some flatbed ones basically. So yeah, I might take a look at those. I forgot to show a few things earlier actually, when I was talking about Beast Wars, because I've finished talking about bot shots right now. I forgot to show the little comic that come with the DVDs, and this is a little comic strip which basically is supposed to be kind of like what happened before the first scenes of Beast Wars. So that's pretty cool. I've not read that properly yet. And the other thing was, this arrived today. Latest issue of the Collectors Club magazine with Machine Wars Hoist, I believe that is, on the cover there. And that's one of the toys at BotCon this year, apparently. Not that I'm going, so I don't think I'll be getting that anytime soon. But it just kind of tied in nicely with the Beast Wars stuff, because starting this issue, because they finished off the last story in the previous issue, starting in this one is Shattered Glass Beast Wars. So that was good timing really, wasn't it? So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. So I just wanted to have a bit of a ramble about Beast Wars and bot shots really. If you've managed to put up with me rambling to this point in the video, then fair play to you, because it's been a bit incoherent really. There's been no real structure to this one. Not that there normally is much of a structure anyway. I don't script or anything, so it's normally just say whatever comes into my head. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll probably do a review for my next video. Not sure. I haven't decided what I'm going to do next. If anyone's got any suggestions or anything they want to see, if there's something on the shelf, I always do that hand. Why do I do that hand? It's that hand, isn't it? If anyone's seen anything on that shelf behind me they want me to review, or I'm not opening the Cyberverse figure's head. Don't ask me to. But yeah, if anybody's seen anything, or as I've mentioned anything in a previous video you want to see reviewed, let me know. I'll do it. If not, I'll pick something at random and see what happens. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.